Chelsea eye Gianluigi Donnarumma on a free transfer. Borussia Dortmund identify En-Nesyri as a potential Erling Haaland replacement. Why Christian Pulisic doesn't suit Thomas Tuchel's system, and why Bayern Munich could potentially be in for him after stating their interest. And Chelsea and Man City transfer target Mohamed Mkhitaryan given final warning by PSV over unacceptable attitude. Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today is another Chelsea News Today video where I find the 4 best Chelsea stories, putting them in a video for you guys to watch. Starting off with Gianluigi Donnarumma. Now before I get into it, I'd just like to thank every single one of you. Just hit 5k subs, which means so much. But because I know you guys don't really care about listening to this, let's get on with Gianluigi. So as we all know, Kepa Arrizabalaga was a big stinker. We brought him with £71 million. One of the worst keepers in the Premier League history after his save percentage is something like 40%. It's not great. It is not great by any means. But we brought in Edouard Mendy for a price of £20 million from Rennes in the summer after Petr recognised this guy as a good talent. He's reaching his prime days, but as a keeper your career can be prolonged a bit longer than an outfield player. Look at Ben Foster. He's making YouTube videos and he's like 38 or something. And Edouard Mendy was a revelation. As soon as he came in, he was keeping clean sheet after clean sheet after clean sheet, helping us to the top of the table until we went on that bad run of form. It started off really with the defeat to Arsenal on Boxing Day. And then we lost to City and then a few other clubs. We beat West Ham, but it just went down the drain. And then Lampard was sacked, Tuchel's come in, and Edouard Mendy has stayed as our #1 keeper. Kepa has had a game against Barnsley and against Newcastle in the Premier League, but he has stated again and again that Edouard Mendy is our #1 keeper. However, Edouard Mendy, I think, is a great keeper. I do think there might be a mistake in there once or twice. We saw he was very shaky against Atletico. He didn't look like himself, and I am worried that maybe he does have a mistake in there. Like he just took out Calvert-Lewin for the penalty a while ago, and then they won that game 1-0. He made a mistake for Patrick Bamford's goal against Leeds. We did end up winning that game 3-1, but it could have gone badly. It was their first goal. It was the first goal of the game. Patrick Bamford against his old club. Oh, it was dodgy. I thought we were going to lose to Patrick Bamford for a second. And now Gianluigi Donnarumma has been identified as another potential replacement. If we sell Kepa, then we can bring in Donnarumma and challenge Donnarumma and Mendy to go at each other, get the best out of each other. Maybe one for Cups, one for Premier League games, one for Champions League. But ultimately, I think they should both go head to head, try and challenge each other in training and really push each other to their maximum, to their limits to get that #1 spot for Chelsea. Now, Donnarumma is out of contract in the summer and would cost not a penny, which is a bargain for one of the best young keepers in the world. He has a huge future ahead of him and would cost loads more if he didn't have a contract running out this summer. He'd probably cost something like, I don't know, £70 million. He's a brilliant young player and he's yet to renew the contract. So could Chelsea sign him, sell Kepa, and then in a few years sell Donnarumma and get all that money back they lost on Kepa? Then that could be a very good idea personally. So we all know Erling Haaland been linked with Chelsea on a number of occasions. I'm going to keep this one short and snappy, but Borussia Dortmund, what just happened? I malfunctioned again. Anyway, Borussia Dortmund have identified Sevilla star En-Nesyri, the Moroccan striker, as an Erling Haaland transfer replacement amid interest from Manchester United and Chelsea and Man City and Real Madrid and Barcelona and pretty much every team in Europe. Now, Haaland has exploited German defences for a season and a half, and his goal scoring record is insane. So I think it's 43 goals in 44 games, which first of all is mad. Include the assists, I think it's about 15. I tried to count, but you can't really count because it's over a couple of seasons. I think it's probably between 10 and 15 assists, which is also mad. And it's no wonder why so many big teams are gunning after the Norwegian. And also, En-Nesyri has really impressed for Sevilla in La Liga recently. He's pretty young still. I think he's at 23, 24. He's a Moroccan and is really, he's just popped out of nowhere. I've never heard of him before. And this season, he's breaking all sorts of record. No, he's not breaking records. He's just really impressing. And the likes of West Ham even put in a couple of bids for the Moroccan as a backup option for Mikel Antonio, which Sevilla did end up rejecting. And according to Eurosport, Dortmund seem fully aware that they're not going to sell, that they're not going to keep Erling Haaland for much longer. They may have already admitted defeat, and they're already looking for potential replacements for the future, and En-Nesyri has been one identified. Now, I also think, I said this the other day, Tammy Abraham, he could be a brilliant option for Borussia Dortmund. He'd fit in well with Jadon Sancho, and I think he needs some first-team football, and Borussia Dortmund could be the perfect place. He's definitely a top-tier striker, but I don't think you're going to win trophies with Tammy Abraham at the moment. So we all know Christian Pulisic has the potential to be one of the best, personally, ever. He's still young. You've got to remember, he's like 22, which is mad. He's got 4 or 5 years in the future to really work on his game until he reaches his prime. And we've already seen what he can do. In the restart, last season, the restart, I think he was personally the best player in the Premier League. Better than De Bruyne, all that a lot. Bruno Fernandes. Christian Pulisic was the best player. Now, I might be a bit biased because I'm a Chelsea fan, but his assist for Tammy Abraham against Liverpool, where he ran through the whole of the champions' defence and then just tucked it away, or slid it across to Tammy Abraham to tuck away, he made that seem effortless. And I haven't seen a player run through Liverpool like that ever. Not this team last season. Now, we've also seen other glimpses. He was brilliant under the restart. His impact was huge. He was energetic, running at defences, and his ball control is second to none, I think, in the Chelsea squad, maybe even the Premier League. I think he has one of the best ball controls in the world. It just glides, it sticks to his feet, and it's perfect. However, he did really thrive under Frank Lampard, but now he's gone, we have Thomas Tuchel, who did actually coach him and gave him his debut, his Bundesliga debut at Borussia Dortmund 5 years ago when he was 17. But we don't play with wingers, so Christian Pulisic has had to be played in other positions such as a number 10, and also a number 9 the other day against Manchester United, in which he did actually impress, so I'd like to see him there in the future. However, he's definitely best as a left winger, and I just think in the future Tuchel needs to switch to a formation with wingers. Maybe just go with like a 3-4-3 or something. Put Mount and Kante or Mount and Kovacic in the middle together. Ziyech on one side, Hudson and Odoi on the other side, maybe. Could fit Reece James and Hudson and Odoi into the same team. Pulisic and Alonso, Pulisic and Chilwell, and then Giroud, Tammy Abraham, someone in the middle, the focal point that we need. And Hudson and Odoi, okay, he's impressing at wing back, but he's always going to be better as a winger. Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic, they're perfect wingers. They're some of the best wingers in the world. We're not even playing with wingers. So that has led to interest from lots of teams. I think Juve and AC Milan were interested in maybe signing Hakim Ziyech a while ago. And now Bayern Munich have potentially, I've seen a few stories here and there, said that they're interested in signing Christian Pulisic this summer or next summer. Now, we all know that Christian Pulisic is injury prone, but I still think he's one of the better players in the Premier League, and there's a huge future ahead of him. So I think Chelsea need to keep hold of him, and Tuchel needs to play with wingers so that we can get the best out of the likes of Ziyech and Pulisic. Okay, lastly, so if you haven't heard of Mohamed Ihataren, let's just call him Mo. Yeah, Mo, that's a lot easier. Mo, basically, he's a really good 19-year-old Dutch academy PSV star, and he's 19, he's been really good, and he's been on Chelsea and Man City and Ajax and Inter Milan, loads of teams' radars. However, he has reportedly been told by the manager that if he doesn't fix his attitude, he could be dropped altogether. The manager said, quote, "It was totally unacceptable. It was impossible for me to include him in the group. Today he was able to see what is needed at his position. If he works as hard as Mario Götze, Ryan Thomas, Moro Jr., Cody Gakpo or Noni Madueke, things can work out. But if not, it has no chance." And it just goes to show that not every footballer is as nice as N'Golo Kante. And this guy is a huge future star, but PSV may be forced to sell him if they don't think, first of all, he's got a good attitude to football. And second of all, Mina Raiola, his agent, I'm pretty sure, and other people linked to him, including himself, have all said that they're lying and he's actually a nice guy. So there's a big fallout apparently, And if he doesn't play games till the rest of the season, that could really stunt his growth. Potentially seeing him move to another club. With Chelsea, especially one of their teams interested. He could also move to rivals Ajax, who are also interested. And he could be good in a Chelsea formation. I do not really see this transfer happening personally for Chelsea, as we already have similar players in Mount, Ziyech, Pulisic, Kai Havertz, Hudson, Odoi. They can all play it as a winger or a number 10. That's what this guy is. He's normally a number 10, but can also play on the wing. And I don't really see Chelsea signing Mo. However, he does have a huge future ahead of him, and if we could sign him, then I'd definitely not turn it down. Okay, that is all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new around here. If you enjoyed the video, just comment down below your thoughts on the stories before I bottle this even more. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Thanks for the 5k.